Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back. Season 3, Proton Unite League. Cool Pokemon Unite gameplay. Yay. Today we are casting the Cerulean Foxes versus Valiant Dragons match, which should be very exciting. We, as in the Rhydons, fought the Valiant Dragons just last week, and it got pretty nail-biting thanks to some amazing Ray steals by Toss. But the Foxes have a much tighter final Ray fight than the Rhydons do. So they'll be putting a lot of pressure on the Valiant Dragons. We'll see if they can, if the Dragons can hold them off and take that Ray from them. It's going to be really interesting. Looks like rosters.
You started going PUL Season 3 like you're not Week 3 of Season 3.
I mean, yeah, we know.
PUL Season 3, it started.
Today is the beginning of PUL Season 3.
The energy you were bringing, it's like, you've never seen this shit before.
I mean, hey, who knows? We haven't seen this shit before. I'm pretty sure the Cerulean Foxes didn't exist in Season 1, so we've never seen Foxes versus Valiant Dragons. This is all new.
You put the energy on that part then. PUL Season 3, Cerulean Foxes versus Valiant Dragons!
Okay, alright. Is it so bad that I should, even after 3 weeks of this season, I should still be enthused about it? Is that so wrong?
Enthused about Pokemon Unite?
Maybe I am.
You need a doctor.
I like this community. I like this league. It's fun. So there. Yeah. Streamer ready. The teams have.
Assumably, these are rosters. Yeah.
Rosters are confirmed, I think. And we also have.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, right into it. We also have the coin flip happened, the Foxes lost, and it looks like the Valiant Dragons took first pick.
On the side of the Dragons, we have Lance, Toss, Ziri, Kevmeister, and Kiwi. On the side of Cerulean Foxes, Ani, Barm, Spirit Edge, Marwile, and Sin.
Okay, the classic Umbreon ban from the Foxes, and they're banning out Venusaur.
The usual Umbreon ban. Dragons going for the Venusaur. A reasonable choice. Is it Ani or Barm who plays the Venusaur? Either one. I can never remember.
Bam's Venusaur.
It's a menace, and it especially... Bam's Venusaur is a menace, and especially because it is a long-range menace that shuts down a lot of things you can try and do with range.
Most of her stuff involves getting close in
melee. Pick. Honestly, it's looking like we're going a bit more. We're trying to hold him at range. We know we don't want to really fight melee too often.
Because they will bunch up and they will kill you. Ooh, okay. Slowbro probably for Sin, and that A9 is probably Marley's. Crustle and Mime on the other time. Some serious control power coming out from the Valiant Dragons.
Yeah, actually, the Mime, the Delphox, and the Crustle, we're seeing a lot of CC. We're seeing a very heavy comp.
Okay, Sylveon and
still and not let him in.
There's Marley picking Ani's supporter of the day.
The comfy.
Glaceon and Charizard provide our damage.
Charizard again with that CC ult. It really feels like Valiant Dragons is going for a...
Oh my god, they're doing it.
We're going to take this person.
They're doing Gyarados comfy.
We've got the Gyarados.
Oh my god. Here we go, folks. Gyarados is made. I don't know. Has someone played Gyarados before in the league, or is this the first time? I don't think I've seen a match with it.
Seeing it.
Conventional
on
wisdom.
On the left side, we have a Charizard and the Delphox solving. On the right side, you said the Slowbro was for Sin. It's Ani Slowbro.
Are we sure about that? Are we sure they haven't swapped yet? Because all of these are in the wrong place. Spirit's the one who plays Gyarados, too. Yeah. I told you.
Message from Ani, game crash.
Yep. Game crash from Ani, which means we will be repeating the draft, which is good, because this gives us more time to talk about that goddamn Gyarados pick. Oh.
You're in charge of it.
Oh, that's right. I am in charge of it.
So let them know you're canceling it so they know.
Yeah, wow, okay. These are interesting comps. I'm worried a little bit about tankiness for the Dragons. Crustle's very tanky, very controlling. Charizard is decent.
I'm pretty tanky as well. With
yeah.
Feeling.
Yeah, so they might do okay. I'm not used to not seeing two straight. Oh wow, Bam also crashed.
How many tries will it take you to end the match?
Somebody is DDoSing the Foxes.
How many tries will it take you to end the match? Let's see it.
I don't know how to do it, so it's going to be a fun little adventure. Is there like a
pause menu?
Aha!
The settings menu and battle right there.
One try. I'm a god.
I didn't realize the button would be that easily labeled.
Okay, so it sounds Red is saying that Kiwi has a dangerous Glaceon, which is frightening because scary Glaceons are very, very hard to deal with.
I should probably have the actual Twitch open.
Yeah, pull up the stream. We can chat. We have lovely viewers. Red also hasn't seen a Gyarados played yet. I think this might be the first Gyarados, which, again, conventional wisdom dictates that Gyarados is really bad in a competitive format because an organized team can very easily counter the Magikarp and delay its improvement, and then when it finally does evolve, it's not even that amazing. That being said, I did notice there was no stacking queued up for that Gyarados, which I'm very, very interested by because every time I've played it, I've done stacking because Magikarp facilitates stacking and it's less.
Magikarp likes to stack, but I think kind of like what you're saying, an organized team is going to shut that Magikarp down before it can do anything. Yeah. So I think if you want to go stacking the Gyarados too, that's just you're getting too greedy.
I think you're right. I think to make
honestly,
it work here, it needs to not be a stacking build.
I'm expecting guerrilla tactics. I'm expecting to see a Magikarp sitting in a bush for 90% of the early game and jumping out to land on enemies to get those early flail stacks and get to Gyarados if they can.
Yeah, I can believe
it. In a normal 1v1, they're going to be careful. They're going to avoid that shit. So
the
Gyarados has to play it weirdly. They have to play it
what I'm
sneakily,
curious
and they
about.
have to get in the 8 when they can.
I'm curious if they're going to start with the Comfy on the opposite lane. And have someone back, like a damage or a tank backing up Gyarados, and then rotate at some point to put the Comfy on the Gyarados, or if they're going to start with just Magikarp Comfy, completely insane play, because I may have cited conventional wisdom, but we all know conventional wisdom does not apply to the Cerulean Foxes. That's just that they don't follow the rules. All right, looks like we're ready to go back in. All right, so they'll just repeat the draft again, probably in a more open way. Who's going to be playing what? Kev is apparently banning Metagross this time. Red says, and that makes 0 league weeks without a crash. Amazing. I'm so glad that we do this every week.
Right. I mean, I'm sure even in Season 2 there were crashes. It was just crashes that you can't detect because the normal phase is long enough that doesn't really matter. It's draft phase that it matters because everyone's actually doing things.
In draft, there's no pre-match downtime to recover from that sort of thing. Okay, so now we're gonna get to see who's actually playing.
Looks like they are gonna be picking the same thing. They could have just picked their own characters. We had this last week as well.
I think they are.
If they're gonna trade, they could have just picked what they were trading for.
Oh no, they really are gonna do it in the same order. Because that's I'm pretty sure Lance.
Order, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Lance is on Charizard, because they picked Delphox first last time.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, Lance was on the Charizard. They picked the Delphox first. You're right. You're very right.
The Foxes, on the other hand, are still doing the draft how they did the previous
time. The Foxes they're just picking their things.
Tosses Crustle, Ziri's Delphox. Ziri played Delphox back in the first week. I think as the jungler, same as last time. Spirit on the...
Glaceon.
Oh, okay, so wait, that's Sin on the... Oh, no, that's right. Foxes are going to switch. My brain alternating between them is very confused.
We'll see.
Okay, now the Foxes switch. The Dragons are already on their position. Unless they're... Not quite. There. They're rotating through.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, and one final switch if my guess is correct. Or is that Bam's Gyarados?
Yeah, I think it might be Barb on the Gyarados here.
Uh-oh. All right, yeah.
This is it.
I mean, that leads me towards...
Spirit, sticking with the Sylveon. Sin gets the Slowbro. Ani, of course, on the Comfy.
Because I have played with Spirit's Gyarados, and it is very scary. I don't I don't remember seeing Spirit on Sylveon before. I think this is interesting. This will be interesting.
Wait for no more crash. We don't have another crash report. So these are
not
the
that I've heard yet.
We begin game 1.
Oh boy, off to
Valiant
quite
Dragons
the
versus
start.
Cerulean Foxes. Our first match with a Gyarados.
Very, very interested to see who's jungling for each team. I assume it's gonna. It could be either Ziri or Kiwi for the Dragons.
Yeah. Also, honestly, something to point out. We mentioned that the Dragons are really CC heavy comp as well. The Foxes are not lacking in the CC.
No, they're certainly not. Okay, yeah, it is Kiwi.
Slowbro Ninetales are,
and Spirit is Sylveon.
Slowbro Ninetales are more impactful CC.
They're doing it.
Dragon CC.
I gotta disagree with your hypothesis. I think they're just gonna brawl. They went Carp Comfy. I think they're just gonna dive in with the fish and try and get the XP.
They're gonna dive in with the fish. They're gonna dive in aggressively.
Oh, that's it. Spirit's taking half jungle and rotating immediately to help them push. That makes sense.
Yep. So less gorilla tactics and more they're just gonna play it really aggressively.
More just like hitting them with a sledgehammer tactics.
We have just a standoff on the bottom lane. They both know they're Magikarp getting a kill on the Charmander. That's huge, actually.
Going into score, Bam's Carp is almost evolved.
That bar is almost full. That is.
Yep. Kiwi is here rotating. Ani's Comfy hops on to protect the Carp and get it out of danger, but we are about to have a Gyarados.
But yeah, that Carp, just a couple more hits on wild Pokemon.
Glaceon nearly manages to take out Comfy. Just some minor dueling on bot, nothing as exciting as... There it is! There's the Gyarados.
There he is.
Looks like we have a bounce build.
15. That is a fast Gyarados.
That is a very fast Gyarados. And Spirit returns to the jungle to clean up what he left behind. Looks like Kiwi may be doing the same.
Lane, still some exchanges, still some poking. They're playing it much more...
Neither of them really has the damage output to take. Oh, Toss is low, but looks like they're going to get to safety.
Neither has the damage output, and probably more notably, both of them are probably the biggest CC users on the team.
This is the CCES bot lane I've ever seen.
To the highest degree.
Looks like Bam and Ani are looking for some prey. Oh, diving Kev. Kev gets low, but looks like Ani is pursuing as Comfy. Lance goes down. Spirit has returned, jungling in.
Still on the Charmander.
Toss reinforces and drives them off. Kev is coming back in, but they're low. Bam dives. Takes out Kiwi. Lows Toss. There goes... Yep. Okay. Skirmish goes to the Foxes. Looks like they're returning to their lanes. Spirit joins bot.
We have distinct level advantage being formed. 4 level 5s and a 7 on the Dragon side. 2 level 7s and 3 6s.
Bam scores a huge chunk on top. That picks up another kill.
It needs to do something right now. It is too underleveled to really accomplish anything in an actual team fight. Valiant Dragons need to figure something out to get that Charmeleon up to a Charizard and fast.
Yeah, Kiwi is hanging out on bot with the others.
Same with the Delphox. Oh, there it is. There's the Delphox.
Oh, big rock tomb. Big rock tomb. Sin goes down. Marley and Ani get away.
That's what they're going for here.
Oh, and Kev's wall. Oh man. Ani manages to get on Bam in time.
On Comfy getting onto the thing, countering that Glaceon Icicle Spear.
Absolutely turn around a team wipe.
That is just about a team wipe. Charmeleon's going to retreat into their jungle to stay alive. And the Foxes will use this opportunity to take the bottom Reggie, who is a Reggie Steel.
Yep.
To be seen yet.
Looks like the Dragons are correctly abandoning bot and rushing the top Reggie. They might get it in time.
That and rotate to the top Reggie. They'll need to move fast. They're already
Foxes are already on the way.
They'll need to move fast against Regieleki.
Unfortunately, the Dragons were missing their damage dealer.
Yeah.
Yep, Bam's here in time, but can she take it? It goes to just barely to the Foxes.
Whoa, bro. I think Ziri was having some trouble with the auto-targeter there from what I saw.
Yeah.
In the Regieleki, they kept going to that rabbit nearby. Unfortunate.
And there goes both first Reggies to the Foxes. They are, as usual, pushing their line forward. minimizing the amount of farm that
As
the
well
Dragons
as
have
both
access
of the
to.
Dragons first goals as well.
Yep. They
There's
are
them.
rotating
2 goals,
fast, it looks like, maybe
down
hoping to pick
one
up another kill. Toss is out of position and manages
Toss
to
out of
flash
position.
away, but
3
I'm
of
not
them,
sure. Looks like the team's setting up a wall. They've got great control, that is for sure.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, it's barrier.
Spirit ganks
Barrier
and
mine.
manages to
Yeah.
put even more points in.
Oh, just going in with a slow roll just to hold it down, and the
And
rest of the team.
There's the
diving
dive.
in.
Yep.
There's the Charizard ult.
The Valiant Dragon. Oh, there was
maybe
a
too late and too low in number.
Bam just demonstrated
Not
an
gonna be
advanced
enough.
Gyarados tactic. She eject buttoned during the coming out of ult animation in order to get extra distance on the damaging whirlwind.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Seeing a masterclass in Gyarados and Comfy play today from the Cerulean Foxes.
Down goes, and so that's another goal down for the Dragons. 300 points ahead. The Cerulean Foxes are level-wise. 2 level 10s, 2 level 8s, and a 9 versus the Cerulean Foxes. 3 level 10s, a 12, and a 13. That is a level disadvantage that is nearly impossible to come back from. But we all know.
Oh, Bam is low. Bam might be caught out
if
no, Kiwi couldn't land an Icicle Spear in time, and reinforcements are arriving. Looks like the bottom Reggie has already gone down to the Foxes. A big dunk from Lance, but it's just not enough, and I worry they might go down here. They're so they went back in. Bam is here as well. This might pick up 2 more kills. Zeri comes in, manages to stun a few, but gets cleaned up. Team wipe.
Those both of them is just a Mr. Mime alive.
The Foxes return to Regieleki. I gotta say, there is some incredibly precise control coming out from the Valiant Dragons. The use of the Mime and the Crustle is amazing, but controlling the battlefield isn't really helping them when they have such a level and damage deficit.
Yeah. You need to have the damage to back up the control, unfortunately.
Yeah. And the single target from Kiwis, Glaceon. Glaceon is always really good at that. But I think they just don't have enough area damage for the big, clumpy team fights that the Foxes like to initiate.
Yeah.
Bam waiting. Giant fish waiting for prey. Ambush Predator.
We're going to go in with about a 1 to 2 level advantage for the Cerulean Foxes. They closed it up a little bit, all level 10, but as we know as well, level 13 is that really good breakpoint. That's the upgraded second move, I believe.
Yeah.
So Gyarados and Sylveon are scary right now.
I want to note
Charizard.
The Valiant Dragons are farming. The Cerulean Foxes are not. They appear to have taken up ambush positions a full minute before Ray and are staying there. Bam falls back to get on her. The Foxes are repositioning. I am genuinely surprised they didn't try and get even the little bit of farm that was up on their side.
That was an interesting decision.
Oh, Sin pokes, but the Dragons dive.
I think he might have gotten caught in the barrier there.
Yeah. The real downside of using a Mime on your own team. Accidentally hitting yourself.
Above.
Oh, Sin gets locked by Icicle Spear and goes down. I couldn't even commentate that fast enough.
Just gonna take him down.
Yeah. I was trying to commentate. It all happened too fast. Foxes do pretty tight cleanup on the remainder. Sinryu goes down, but is on their way back. Same with Spirits.
Yep.
Sylveon.
Foxes are smart. They saw our match. They know that Toss loves to steal that Rayquaza. They know they're ahead. They know, why bother? Why even go for Rayquaza?
It looks like Sin is going to handle delay. The Valiant Dragons are back in. Damage support from Marley and Spirit, but Sin's going down again, it looks like.
There's this Slowbro ult.
Yep. Oh, but a ton of damage from a gank from Barm. Just annihilates.
Barm just keeps coming in from above. They're never ready for it with the Comfy. There is no stopping it.
Yep. And there goes Kiwi. Full team wipe for the Dragons. Are they starting it? They are, in fact, starting it.
They're just going to take it. They know there's no one left to steal it. No one's hiding around the corner because they're all dead. So they're just going to take it.
And the damage dealers are here, so there it goes. And
Down
the
goes
threat is
Plaza,
cleaned up.
And that is going to be game 1 to the Cerulean Foxes. There is. Well, I mean, technically there's a way for this to come back, but it's not going to happen.
It's highly unlikely, I think.
Technically speaking, if the entirety of the Cerulean Foxes all lose their Wi-Fi access now, and the Valiant Dragons sprint to the other side and all dunk 50, I think they would take the lead.
And that is a clean 738 to 40 as the game ends.
38 to 40. Actually, I think they might have gotten.
They might have gotten up to 838. Even more, just to flex, as you do.
And some stats. We like stat pads.
And some stats. It's all about the stats. You always got to farm the stats. All right, and that is game 1, a commanding first game from the Cerulean Foxes.
40. Let's get a look at these damage numbers. I'm curious about what.
Yeah, let's see how it panned out. 104,000 damage from Bam in a league match. Yikes.
35,000 healing from Ani, just keeping that Gyarados and the Magikarp alive. Damage numbers on the left side, they were just not alive long enough to do damage. Actually, look at the right side. I didn't even realize it was Spirit and Barm that were doing damage.
Yeah, it was low damage across the board.
The Slowbro and the Ninetales were just here for the CC, it looks like.
Well, it
was
worked.
Good CC.
They did the CC they needed to. Yeah, this is a highly specialized comp, but it clearly played out how the Foxes wanted it to.
Yep.
All right. 21 kills from...
Woo!
All right.
Valiant Dragons, meanwhile, only managing to pick up 4 total. A testament to how much healing Ani was doing with that dang comfy.
That's a brutal initiation for the first match. The Valiant Dragons are going to have to come up with a comp to deal with any of that insanity. I don't know how I would deal with it, honestly. Because they...
How do you even...
I don't know. They were running a full CC comp. And Gyarados is an all-rounder, vulnerable to CC, and yet it still just annihilated them. I don't know how you deal with that.
Honestly, I think it's got to be speedsters. I think you just have to run
maybe
at least a speedster in the jungle, maybe even one in a lane, and you have to lock down that Magikarp. I think especially turning point was when, unfortunately, was it Kev on Charizard? Or
no,
Kiwi
Lance.
On Charizard?
Lance was on Charizard.
Lance. Unfortunately, Lance's Charizard was the first blood of the match, got caught out of position and picked off by the Magikarp. And that
which
right
is
there,
just
I think,
the
was
worst
defining
case
moment.
scenario if you're fighting a Magikarp is to feed it a kill.
If you're fighting the Magikarp, you either need to have confirmation that you can kill it, and with a healer in the lane, it's not going to be easy, or you need to play less aggressively. You need to play more defensively to make sure they do not get a kill on you. You need to especially stall them out until you can get a good jungler up there. I think that's the key thing right now is they just need some kind of a jungler that can get in on that Magikarp comfy and can shut it down.
Yeah. I think melee damage would help with that.
Pick, but it's just not enough to out damage the comfy. You need something, preferably even with anti-heal, that can really just shut down that comfy when possible.
I'm hoping, that this is a nice little indication to the league that Gyarados can be played in competitive, because I really like it. I want to see it happen more. I think it's fun. I think the play style is unique. As we saw, a lot of crazy stuff happened specifically because the Foxes were bringing Gyarados. So I hope that this is inspiration to more teams to try and, practice up their Gyaradoses and get them ready. Yeah. I should start practicing mine without stacking, because you're right. Stacking is just not going to work in a league match.
It's greedy, and in a league match, it's never going to make it through. Yeah. You cannot get away with it in a league match.
Not that I have, any aspirations of matching Bam's level of proficiency or damage output with anything offensive, but, I can dream. Okay, it looks like the no roster change from the Foxes, and the Dragons would like to keep first pick, first ban. Interesting.
Keeping the triple side. What do you think? Does this change up the bans at all?
Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't ban Gyarados. I don't think the Foxes are going to try it a second time. I think it's really risky, and they got what they
They're
needed
not
out
trying
of
a
it.
second time. I think the banning of the Gyarados would just be the trap that they're laying.
Exactly.
I don't think you can ban the Gyarados.
So
I
hope
if
they
you ban Gyarados, they'll go for a more consistent comp. But I think if they don't ban the Gyarados, I think these Foxes might just go for it a second time, especially if they can see they picked Gyarados last, right?
Yeah, they were waiting to figure out what Bam's
they
damage was going to be.
They made sure they saw the comps. And they said, "Yep, everything here works for Gyarados."
Which,
so
by the way, can we appreciate?
Say, hey, this works still.
Can we appreciate the menace of looking at an entire team of the best CC Pokemon and going, "Yeah, all right, let's play our all-rounder into that." Ooh, that's bold, man. It's rough. Alpha says it placed weak start, higher end late game brawler, which is true, technically. But like the higher end isn't that high. There are other Pokemon like T-Tar, which have a bad early game and then a really strong late game. I honestly think Gyarados' peak in the late game is not necessarily high enough to justify its valley in the early game. Then again, that is an opinion that was formed before the match we just saw, so I may have to revise that. Yeah, so I do agree. I don't think they should ban Gyarados. I guess it's possible the Foxes will bring it again if they don't, but I don't know. It's hard to ban the Foxes. If you're worried about Ani and the survivability that she provides to their damage dealers, you can't ban a supporter. She's always got another one. At best, maybe you take out Clefable because you're trying to use dashers and gravity really does counter you that hard. On the other hand, if you're worried about their damage and you try and ban out Spirit or Bam, they both play so many damage dealers that it's really hard to hit one that's actually going to meaningfully punish them. So you got to take something you're the most worried about. Blastoise is a candidate we go for a lot just because Bam's Rapid Spin gets into the backline, and then there is no more backline, and you do turn around and realize all your friends are dead. So that's something that's scary. The range on Venusaur is really good because it just keeps you at a distance. It makes it hard to close with their big clump, and by the time you do close with them, you've taken a lot of damage. For Spirit, I could definitely see banning the Garchomp if you just think you can't keep up with the mobility. Or the Blaziken if you're worried about getting caught out by CC or something and just getting kicked to death. But that's the thing. Any of those that you ban, you can't ban any of the other ones. Oh, sorry.
They're waiting on you. That must be who's ready. At least partially waiting on you.
Whoops. I don't know. There's a lot. This is an interesting thing.
Doing analysis.
Is it not clear?
The match in favor of analysis.
Is it not? It may be clear to you that I think a lot about how to ban against the Cerulean Foxes.
At the end of the day, the answer is you can.
Yeah, the answer really is you can.
That's why they're the champions of last season, and that's why they're looking to come out on top this season as well.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They
are very much in a commanding lead this season.
Very much. They are the Manchester. Is it United or City? That's always the scary one. I think it's City, right?
I don't know British soccer things. Football, I know. Heathenous of me to call it soccer.
They're the Kansas City Chiefs. Then there you go.
I don't know American football either.
Manchester City. Fucking what sport do you know?
Baseball.
I don't fucking know what baseball teams are. I think baseball especially doesn't have a dominant team right now.
Not anymore. It used to have some, but it's true. We're in a bit of a more flexible era. Lots of folks chatting. Alpha says T-Tar is much worse. I mean, I think, yes, I agree, but you also lose a lot less early on.
I think the issue with T-Tar is mobility-wise. Gyarados gets very good movement with that bounce or waterfall if you're feeling spicy. T-Tar has a slightly faster run.
I agree. Yeah, and mobility is hard. You got to really position your entrance to battle. But it also has a tech piece. It's got a great tech piece that Gyarados and nobody else has, which is hitting through shields, which can save you in situations nobody else will be able to.
It's really niche situations, and at the end of the day, I would rather movement over hitting through shields, especially because the movement ability is definitely the way you get around that CC issue, because if
True.
if you're caught
Ooh, all right.
as a T-tar,
Hang on.
they know where
We can argue about T-tar later. We can argue about T-tar after the match. They're banning. The dragons have knocked out Spirit's Sylveon, and the Foxes are continuing their endless defamation crusade against Umbreon. It will never stop. Ooh, and the dragons have stolen Marley's Ninetales as well.
Just to get it away from them. Ani responding in kind.
Stealing the mime.
We take your mime.
Okay. And Espeon on Bam. All right. All of this is suddenly very surprising to me.
It's me. I am the other team. Mime and Espeon? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're just picking your Pokemon. It's in honor of you, I'm sure.
My boys.
We got a Pikachu and Charizard is back.
And the Charizard.
Once again, there's a lot of control over there. Is that a score shield on the A9? Oh, I guess that might not be the final set.
Whitfield? No,
okay.
I wouldn't trust that, especially because Charizard currently has leftovers rapid.
Yeah, they're picking for each other. As you can see, Spirit has never played Comfey before, clearly. Chandelure for damage. And a Mimikyu and a Mamoswine. Ooh, these are spicy comps.
Are we in this game?
I think we're in this game all of a sudden.
Are we here?
They're playing our Pokemon.
What the hell?
Okay, this is an insane... All of this is insane. Incredibly squishy from the Foxes. Spirit's Blaziken is very scary. Chandelure to Bam.
Is Barm on the Chandelure?
Yeah. She's got Chandelure. Tosses Pikachu. Yep, that's the support Pikachu build, which I really like. Kev on the tank as per. Looks like Kiwi will probably be jungling again. Ziri on CC again, and Lance still playing Charizard.
On the Fox's side, Ani back to the Comfey.
My captain is in the chat.
Espeon this time.
Sif is saying mime crimes, which yes, mime crimes. We should have a mime crimes emoji. We should have a lot of emojis. I need to work on that for the chat.
On the Mr. Mime, Spirit on the Blaziken. I think we've seen Spirit's Blaziken in previous
videos. Yes.
I remember it being a scary
Spirit's Blaziken is a monster. I expect probably the dominant damage dealer on the team to be that.
And this is once again the example of you cannot ban out the Cerulean Foxes. They tried to ban the Sylveon to ban out Spirit. Spirit said, "Fine, I'll play Blaziken."
Yep. Also, I want to say,
I'll show you what that ban
I
does.
called it. No gambling on Gyarados twice. Take the surprise.
Nope, you go for the second time.
Yep. All right. So jungling is almost certainly going to be Kiwi, right? Or is it going to be... Yep, Kiwi's in for the Dragons, and Bam's Chandelure is in for the Foxes, as predicted. Looks like...
But Bam not laning with
Look,
Ani.
it's Penguin bot lane for the Foxes.
Oh my god, it is! It's Mime and Espeon bot versus the Ninetales
skirmishing.
And lane, we have a Blaziken and a Pikachu.
Anticipate this a lot from Spirit.
Fight going on.
Spirit is just going to stack as much as possible.
Just going for those early stacks. Comfey chasing off this.
Oh man, dealing quite a bit of damage to Kev there. Keeps Spirit going.
Oh, the Electro
They barely make it back. Ani is low.
Unfortunately.
And Kev grabs the berry. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. I think they might pick him off. Yep.
Make it away.
Bot lanes have dispersed. Looks like both junglers heading top, unsurprising. Kiwi is here, poking and retreating. The Foxes fall back to unite with Bam.
There's a Combuskin.
Here we go, going in.
Bigger chicken. Cav getting... I don't even see where he... That's not Kiwi, sorry.
Fighting on bot. The Mime traps and kills Lance's Charmander.
The Mime trap on that Charmander.
Ziri's forced back. Junglers are returning to their jungles. Spirit's got to be at 2 or 3 stacks by now already.
Easily.
I have to admit, I love EXP share for Mamoswine. That's a play I'm partial to as a Mamoswine fan.
That Piloswine He's a hard level. He needs a lot. He needs that whole 5 to get Pilot Swine and Mammoth Swine even later. So
yeah, but
get it
oh
early
boy,
just
the
to get
damage
that
you
earthquake
produce
and
when you
get
get there.
definitely.
Bam jungles faster than Kiwi and is already back after a full rotation, or it looks like almost full.
Yep.
They dive in,
Back with the
a ton of damage.
They're able to get back to their goal, but will the goal keep them alive? No, but the berries will.
Yep.
They're going to get some points in. Unfortunate Combuskin taking Kev out of goal. That Combuskin, a little bit of movement.
Ani's keeping Spirit alive long enough to keep scoring, getting more stacks. Toss is driven back. Fox is definitely dominating on top. Oh, the catch from Toss is not, unfortunately, not enough damage to take Ani out. And Kiwi is here just a moment too late. But they dive. They might be able to imprison. Nope, that looks like a full heal from Spirit to get to safety. You got a full heal against Pikachu. Otherwise, it will trap you and you will die.
You have Charmeleon on the bottom with the Ninetales.
Man, the
Espeon on stored
top
power.
lane is just always more exciting in these matches.
I no longer claim the bot lane as my own.
You renounce the stored power Espeon. I'm sure Marley will be devastated. Spirit going in, looking to score again. Oh, Ani stacking as well. Toss is just unable to keep them off.
Yeah, back.
Kiwi is set onto the Registeel. Looks like Bam is rotated. Bot lane is ready to go. Ani and Toss are both coming down. The two supporters. Will they make it? Oh boy.
Mimikyu taking the Registeel.
Yeah. Valiant Dragons get the better of that fight, picking up a kill and the Registeel.
Pick up a kill.
Foxes were not in position to dominate. I looked away at exactly the wrong time. Spirit is now jungle invading. Oh, but Kiwi punishes.
Trying to...
Oh my god, they kill each other.
Kick.
The Valiant Dragons converge a moment too late, and the Foxes take advantage of the distraction in order to break bot.
Break that bottom goal.
Rotation from the Dragons. Toss getting in some much needed points. But the Foxes are on the way. Dragons already on Regieleki. Spirit's there. Can they get it before the Foxes' reinforcements stop them? They are burning it. Mime is in. It goes to the Foxes. The Mime Crimes.
Is going to confirm that Regieleki.
The power of Mime Crimes. Oh, they might break it.
I don't think so.
Nope. They are unable to put it through. Dispersal. Spirit continues to attempt to stack. That seems overly ambitious, honestly. Farming for both teams now. Second match in a row. The level lead is strongly towards the Foxes.
Pick up Anya is now returning to the jungle. Oh, stealing the buff. That's just cruel.
That's rough. And it looks like they are going to attempt to take the other from Kiwi as well. And they do. That is both of Kiwi's buffs.
You know they're there, Kiwi. You need to be ready for it. The first time is acceptable. The second time, come on, man.
Fool me once, something. Oh, a dive from Kiwi's Mimikyu almost kills Sin. But the counter kill is achieved. Spirit goes in. Huge chunks on Toss and Zeri. Lance as well.
Another focus blast. That focus blast.
Lance goes down.
Charizard
Oh, Spirit just barely goes down. Zeri survives on a sliver. Ani gets to safety on Marley, and it looks like the damage dealers are ready to burn Regice. I'm not sure what Ani is doing. Are you setting a trap, Comfy? I don't know what the strategy is there.
I think Ani was staying on lookout. Ani was sitting
yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, they're here.
They give the warning, and
pushing them back.
The Foxes managed to keep a hold of it. I'm not even sure how. There was a lot of damage going around there. Spirit is just off farming.
It's auto-targeting.
Looks like the Valiant Dragons are retreating to... Oh, Spirit's in their jungle again, taking the buffs.
Spirit's taking their jungle again.
And looks like
it's
trying to score.
Now.
It's what Spirit... I mean, with that level lead, it's really hard to deal with Blaziken. Alright, the Valiant Dragons are moving up to prep for Regieleki. It looks like Ani and Spirit are both on bot, and Bam is back in the jungle, which means the Valiant Dragons might have a real chance of melting this before they can even react. Team arrives, but it is far too late. The Dragons have already melted Regieleki. Can they push it in? Great grab from Kiwi's Mimikyu, but
nearly takes down the mine.
Oh, the
but
counter damage is so high. Ani has arrived, recovers Marley, and it looks like the Valiant Dragons are retreating as the Foxes reinforce to stop Regieleki from breaking their top. It's like Spirit is hungry, so is going back into the enemy jungle. It's
running into the enemy. Oh, nope. Spirit checks and sees buff is not yet up. I'll wait.
He doesn't need... Yeah, he'll get around once they refill the tables. Farming from all sides. Toss looks like Toss is checking out.
Toss is keeping an eye out. Keeping an eye out for that Blaziken. They should have not approaching so they can get their buff.
Spirit.
With 30 seconds to Rayquaza. Once again, advantage is very distinct. 3 level 13s and 2 11s versus 3 11s and 2 12s.
Not a single 13 on the side of the Dragons.
But it is still not a
How do you even handle that kind of deficit?
Surprising disadvantage.
The Foxes have all of the upgraded moves. Once again, second game in a row, the damage dealer is stuck with Comfy.
Get away, no support. Valiant Dragons and 3 at Spirit. Oh, the Ninetales not able to hit the combo.
The Foxes appear to be not engaging.
Nanoswing,
pulling back. It looks like
what is happening here?
I don't know.
Ult takes down the mine.
I wish I had a wider field of view.
They were trying to dive there. The Blaziken managed to take out Mimikyu.
Mine and Mimikyu are down. Charizard is also down.
Coming too close and getting caught out.
An extremely cautious Ray fight from the Foxes this time, pulling people back and teasing them out until they could get damage from a variety of angles.
They're leaving Barm camping the top goal. They're keeping it.
They're anticipating exactly what Toss is about to do.
And they're correct. Toss coming in to score, not knowing Chandelure is
Toss is down.
Barm picking up the kill.
The Foxes dive on bot. Heavy damage.
The Cerulean Foxes are another level. You cannot compete with.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Predicted the attempted backdoor up top.
Well, they adapt to what you're doing immediately. You do it once, they know what you're going to do next time, and they're ready. Lance and Zeri are low. They're standing in the way of the Ray, but they're low enough they'll get killed by Ray if they start it.
The Rayquaza might just get kills here. They're too low.
Yep. Rayquaza cleans up the Valiant Dragons.
Valiant Dragons barely engaging Rayquaza. They're kind of trickling in. 30 seconds left. I don't think
the Foxes are just casting a wide net to keep the Dragons from grouping up and achieving anything. No back scores, defending the goals. Bam's dancing on Toss as Toss comes in for another steal.
Again, Toss is just going to be dancing. Barm's going to dance with them. They know the writing on the wall. They know that this game is over.
All right.
Foxes take it 2-0.
Cerulean Foxes MVP Rayquaza. Just saying.
Cerulean Foxes getting their own picnic kill.
All right. Who knew Rayquaza played favorites? Looking at those damage numbers, much more evenly spread than last time.
80k.
Pretty impressive lead from Marley. Yeah.
Not as much as you're expecting from Spirit there.
No, but he dealt the damage he needed to when he needed to do it. It was a much more careful game, much less ambitious than the Gyarados one. They played around what the Dragons were trying to do. Dragons got a few early victories, managed to, and this is quite impressive, be ahead of the Foxes on a few objectives, catching them off guard, which is something that the Foxes rarely allow. But as the level deficit grew, the Foxes just dominated, and they played a really cautious late game, trusting that any one of them could handle one or two of the enemy team because of the level advantage, I imagine. All right. Well, viewers, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Once again, another crazy intense match. Well played to both teams. I'm loving the picks we saw today. Just stuff the league does not see enough of came out, especially in that first match. I'm thrilled. So I hope you all enjoyed. I forgot to check, is anyone else streaming this that you should now go watch? I don't
I assume
think so.
Arm?
Ani sometimes
Is Arm
streams, but she's been doing
Ani?
no commentary lately. I don't know. Check her channel. Maybe she did. I didn't check in the self-advertising.
I don't see.
Is it
Yeah,
just
I
us?
don't see anything
All right, it's just us.
advertising. I'm not
In that
sure.
case,
I think it might have just been us today.
thank you so much for watching.
In
I
that
hope
case,
you enjoyed.
Watch the stream again.
Yeah, you know, why not? Watch it again. Enjoy all of the chaos. We will be back in the as the Ride-Ons playing our next match Saturday. So we'll be back in a couple days for that. Assuming all goes well, we'll be back tomorrow for some Arkham. So tune into all of that. Red says thank you for the show. Thank you for tuning in, Red. I really appreciate everyone showing up and chatting. It's always more fun with more people to interact with, especially in the chat. So that's another Cerulean Foxes game streamed. We do a lot of those on this channel. Well played to both them and the Valiant Dragons. I hope everyone enjoyed, and we will see you next time when Penguin and I spend way too long talking about Poker Rogue, because we totally anticipated doing that today, but then there was no downtime at all. It was just non-stop.
They were moving fast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ani is streaming, so definitely go to Ani's channel and watch Ani's stream after this. Yes. Sif and Red have confirmed, which is great. You know, it's always lovely.
Ani, listen to Ani call-out post now. Post it in self-advertising.
Yes, advertise for yourself. We want to see your stuff. I want to be able to know these things while doing the minimum amount of work necessary.
Don't make us advertise for you.
We're clearly very bad at it.
Actually do much.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to wrap up for real now. Go check out Ani's stream and give all the engagement over there too. I'm sure that her perspective was awesome as always. So, yeah, we'll see you probably a lot this weekend, assuming everything goes to plan. Peace.